The following program is video supplemental instruction. VSI is brought to you by the Teaching Center, UF's Learning Support Center, www.teachingcenter.ufl.edu.
Question number 7 wants to test us on balancing reactions, and it gives us the following equation. It says we have aqueous hydrochloric acid plus oxygen gas. Remember, oxygen is diatomic, so it has O2, and it forms liquid water, so H2O liquid plus chlorine gas. And remember, chlorine is also diatomic. Okay, so when I go through a balancing question, the last thing that I will ever balance are the waters and the hydrogens and the oxygens. So what I always start out balancing are ions: chlorine, sodium, potassium, anything other than hydrogens and oxygens. So let's go ahead and start here on this side of the equation. We see that we have 2 chlorines in the chlorine gas because chlorine is diatomic. And we see that in hydrochloric acid we only have one equivalent of Cl. So what we need to do is we need to match the 2 on the left side of the equation. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 2 right in front of the HCl. Now the chlorines on the right balance with the chlorine on the left. Now we can see that we have 2 hydrogens on the right, 2 hydrogens on the left, 2 oxygens on the left, but only 1 oxygen on the right. So the way that I do that question is I look at the oxygens and I say, okay, well, I have to put a whole number here. I'm not going to put any integer of 1/2 there. So I put a 2 here. So now we have 2 oxygens on this side and 2 oxygens on this side. However, we have 4 hydrogens on this side, but only 2 hydrogens on this side. And there's nothing else that we can use to balance the hydrogens. So what we have to do in this case is we know that the ratio 2:1, 2:1 is not going to work out because we need to get 4 hydrogens on this side to work out. So in order to get 4 hydrogens, what I'm going to do is go ahead and double this one to get 4 hydrogens. So now I'm going to have 4 HCl aqueous plus O2 gas plus 2H2O plus Cl2 gas. Well, now if we look, we have 4 hydrogens on the left side and 4 hydrogens on the right side. But that doesn't work because now we only have 2 chlorines on this side and 4 chlorines on this side. So in order to get the left side to equal the right half, we're going to have to put a 2 in front of the chlorine gas. So now we have 4 chlorine atoms on the right side of the equation and 4 chlorine atoms on the left side of the equation. The last thing we have to look at now is our oxygen. Do the oxygens balance? Well, we have 2 oxygens here and we have 2 oxygens on the left. So if we look at the answer choices, we should look at something that says 4, 1, 2, 2. 4, 1, remember there's an invisible 1 here. 2, 2. And if you look, answer choice number 3 is actually our answer. So to make it look a little bit better, we have 4 HCl aqueous plus oxygen gas on the left side of the equation to yield 2 water molecules plus 2 chlorine gas molecules. So 4, 1, 2, 2 would be the way we did that. So the way to start out, for what I always do, is start out by balancing the elements that are not H and O, because then if we have to go from the first step to the second step, we just ended up doubling, which made it much easier.
The Teaching Center, UF's Learning Support Center, www.teachingcenter.ufl.edu.